Let's make this bigger. Many blessings. Let me know where you are at, where you're coming from. We're going to be going into some deep things here that are really important for all of you to know with what's going on the planet right now, with this deep purification that's happening and why it has to happen. And this all came in from September 12th, where I had an amazing, it was a dream. It was, well, I was observing from above while I was sleeping a maze. So we're going to go into this. We're going to talk about this. And the remarkable thing is that morning I started to share it with Julie. And those of you that know Julie, Julie assists me with the technology and stuff. She that night had the same thing. So again, when you're a psychic, when you're conscious, you tap into the quantum field and you can bring through this information and share it with the world. So we've been holding things back and not expressing and sharing everything a lot lately because there's been a lot of very parasitic, low vibrational, low frequency people that are attacking the things that have been shared or said lately. So, I pulled back and stepped back. I haven't been doing as much videos and stuff because of it. But Spirit's telling me you need to come back out of the closet because the people need this information. So, and it's part of my agreement here. So we're going to start this. I'm going to give you this information. And I'm also going to invite Julian so that she can share what she experienced as well. So, okay, I've got my notes here from the dream. And this was September 12th, and it was in dream state. Again, thank you everyone who's coming on. I thank you. I'm going to ask you to start sharing these videos because this information is going to be very vital for people that want to be in their highest consciousness. And it's very important to receive this message for what's going on with what is trying to take us out of that. So the dream was, I was shown people in a maze. So I was observing from the top and I was watching these people. Then I saw myself go into the maze and I saw myself come out. Those people were still in there and they were walking in this maze that had this strange angles. They were like squares and they were it was just strange. It wasn't like the maze where it's like a labyrinth where it flows and there's curves. It was angled all over the place and it was very hard. It was very feels very disruptive in the body. It was very distorted and it just didn't feel good to be in there. So I'm watching this from above and I'm like going, what is this? What is this? What is going on? And I just kept watching and I saw myself go in again and I saw myself come out, but I still saw those people trapped in there and they were trying to get through, but they weren't getting through. And I was like, what is this? What is this? What is this? And so when I woke up in the morning, I was telling Julie about this maze and I was getting information on the brain. And they were talking about the distortion of the brain and the distortion of the brain with technology. So there's a lot more to this. I'm going to bring Julie in because I want her to share her part and what she actually experienced. And then we're going to go into all the other information. I'm going to actually play the channeling from it and let you hear that channeling from that morning, because it's very interesting. The information is I would say poignant for now because that's the word that my guides have been using a lot lately. So yeah, so Julie, can you come on? Are you able to turn on your camera?
Hello, hello. Can you see me?
Yeah,
Can you
there's a
hear
delay
me?
here.
Yeah, there is a big delay on YouTube.
Oh, okay. So like I can't hear you. So let me
Oh,
see.
because are you looking on YouTube? Because you're probably on YouTube. There's a big delay there.
Okay, I have no idea, Julie, how to hear you and not have a feedback.
Okay, I'll text you. Just a second.
This is not my area. Okay. This is not my area. Okay, maybe this is fine. I turned the YouTube
Off.
on. No. Go ahead and try. Okay.
Hello.
Oh no, I'm getting feedback. Okay, maybe
It's on YouTube.
this is fine. I turned the YouTube off. On. No. Go ahead and try. Okay. Oh no, I'm getting feedback. Okay, let's see.
Got it? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, so we're good. Yes?
Good.
Okay. Hello.
Okay.
The
So I
funny
invite you, Julie, to share, what happened to you that night. Because we're
Yeah.
tapping into this quantum field. I mean, and getting some of the same things.
Yeah. And it was funny that we were both recording at the same time. And when I listened to yours, you were listening to mine, and we were both talking about I call it labyrinth, and you called it the maze. Like we were talking about the same thing. We had the same experience. For me, I was in the maze, and it was gray with the very square-like, very solid, like cement. And I was in there receiving clues. So it was a game. And I remember two of the clues, and it was the color green, like nature, like leaves, green, and bees. And bees is, for me, very connected with healing, golden light, which I connected also for myself with honey, which has been very healing for me. So the whole imagery and the message for me was about there is a clearing happening. We are healing through the body this interference. So there's a lot coming up and out, and there is this, but we are having to be very aware of the interference. Why we receive clues, why are we in the game, in the maze. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we were both recording to each other. We were talking to each other. We were recording our experience from the night before, but neither of us had mentioned that we had seen ourselves in a maze or, any of that. And when we started listening to each other, we were like, what? No way. She's like, did you hear mine first? I'm like, no, did you hear it? You're like, no.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, this is important. But we haven't shared it yet. So I'm going to keep you on here, Julie, because we're going to go deeper into this from all the information that came in. I'm going to show how the brain, they literally showed me that the maze was the brain. And the maze is being, the brain is being distorted right now in humanity with all of the stuff on the planet, the EMFs, the radiation. And people I don't want anybody fighting and saying, oh, so-and-so said that 5G is not bad. This is way above 5G now, peoples. It's not 5G anymore. So just your iPhones, all your phones, your smartphones, your TVs, your iPads, your computers, the blue light technology, even light bulbs. I cannot find one light bulb that's the original light bulbs anymore. And those are so bad for you. They're bad for your health. They're bad for your brain. They keep you wired in the wrong way. So the brain, literally, they showed me, let me see if I can see this. The maze was actually in the brain. This is what they were showing me. And the brain is getting distorted more and more and more the more they're pushing the stuff at you. And they're showing this is a regular brain. It should be squiggly and beautiful and things should flow and you should be able to tap into whatever you need to tap into. But this is what it looks like, and it was very like jagged, and then it had squares and like you couldn't, it was strange. And like Julie was saying, hers was like cement. These were like really, mine was like really thick, like the big, like the pyramid stones, like that. It was like that, but they were like a brownish gray. So when they told me that that maze was the brain, and that what the guides that had shown is that everyone on the earth, unless you're living off the grid, you're being affected in this way right now. And it's like it's a constant badgering at humanity right now. And so we have a lot coming in with light codes and stuff happening to help us to purify, to hold frequency, to try and stop this. But this is going on. People are having brain fog. People are having, you can't remember things. There's other things you can't remember either when you're in the process too. But what they showed is that it's parasitic technology, and it's also connected to nanotechnology. And if you don't know what nanotechnology is, you can go look that up. I've been warning my children about nanotechnology for years, for maybe like 11, 12 years. And I'm like, it's in the food, it's in what they're spraying, it's in the water. And nanotechnology is this little tiny microbes, and they connect. And then every time you have something that has more nanotechnology, it just keeps connecting, and it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And what to do? It's going to create some kind of obstruction, all kinds of things. I'd rather you do your own research on it. I don't want to go into that, but it's connected to it. There's also the parasitic people that are at low vibration that are also attacking the work of those of us that are light workers that come to bring you information. They're attacking us personally and our work because of where they are in their process. But a lot of them also are connected to that kind of energy. They're like what do you call those people, Julie, that are just put on the planet to pull people away from, what do you call that? You know what I mean? They like to huh?
To bring people away from what?
From their process, that kind of stuff, to pull them away from the process, take them off track. I can't remember what they call them. Distractors. That's what they are. Yes, thank you. Spirit just said yes. So the brain, that's the maze. That's that really yucky brain. It's not allowing you to connect to your God consciousness. It's not allowing you to easily sit and be able to meditate because you've got all this going on. And it's wiring your brain in low frequency and low vibration, and it's pulling it down and making it intense and heavy. And I think a lot of people are getting headaches from that too. Did you want to add something with that, Julie?
Yeah, because this happened, this exchange we had was right after the first eclipse, which we were receiving a lot then, still. But around that same time, we kept being waken up at night with things. And one of those times it was, I had this intense feeling with the cell phone. I had the cell phone in the room, offline, like airplane mode. But that's not enough. It's still emitting something, and it's interfering with the brain. So huge, like I could see it was really, really bad, like a really heavy energy. So after this vision, this feeling, I couldn't have the phone. I've been avoiding the phone in the same room as much as possible, but for sure to sleep, because it was really obvious, like how it's interfering with your, especially at night when you're sleeping, because there is a like somehow it's easier to interfere.
Yeah.
And you think it's okay if it's all off, airplane mode and all the things, but if it's the machine itself.
Yeah, because that's what it is. It's a destructive machine. Not just that, but the computers and everything else.
Yeah.
They're all being they're wiring us in a different way. But you know, we're going through this process and when you wake up and you become conscious, that's when your rewiring starts from the programming you've had. Well, now they're trying to stop that. They're increasing this stuff every day, and this is what Spirit's been showing us. And it disconnects you when your brain goes into that mode, that with everything that's happening. It disconnects you from feeling. It disconnects you from emotions. It disconnects you from the heart. No heart coherence. There's no empathy, no sympathy, and people are like zombies. And I remember my kids saying, there's shows with zombies. What is this about? And I'm like, I don't know, because I don't watch TV. So I'm like, this is another way of creating humans into zombies, let alone all of the drug stuff that's going on out there all over the world. This is another way to try and disconnect humanity from this. So purification has to happen. And I'm going to play the channeling that came in with this. So I'm going to play it, and Julie, I need you to let me know if it sounds okay. Is in the distorted brain. If a human is in the distorted brain, that's where the dysfunctions are. That's where you have those patterns and those behaviors of programming there, but they're showing the distorted brain. The brain is like the maze, right? And they're showing the brain when the brain is distorted. Remember how like this room was like the maze with the hard corners. It wasn't smooth, rounded things to walk through like that, like rounded edges or anything. It was hard edges, like square edges. They're saying it's a level of confusion. It's a level of chaos. It's a level of not knowing and not trusting the true identity. So while in the maze, people will respond, react, speak from levels that can almost feel inhumane, can feel untrusting, that can feel, they're saying bystander, but I don't know what that means. Non-empathetic. No remorse. It is the disconnection from the soul, from the spirit. And that is what we need to lead the people out of. Because there's no heart connection, there's no heart coherence. And there is no identity to the truth of who the human is. They are stuck in the maze, and they wander and they wander, and they just keep repeating the patterns, and they wander and they wander, and they keep making the same mistakes, and they wander and they wander, and they have the same thoughts, and they wander and they wander, and they feel they have no way out. This is where much of humanity is right now. And if they are guided to the level of understanding the distortion and the reality that there is a way out, of the maze that they are warring with within the self. The attempt to find their way is the first step. Through all that they know and remember in levels of spirituality that is not grounded in their system, that is not at play in their system, they will then diverse themselves when they do ground or do connect and bring that as above so below, as within so without. Think of the word diversity in the world. What is the true meaning of diversity? This is all. So Julie. Okay. Okay, I'm upstairs. I'm gonna get a couple. So that was the whoops. They literally showed me now. Oh, there's more coming, but it's a different one. When I would look down from a plane at night. Oh yeah, I want to talk about that too. Look down. There's the Earth and how it all looks like computer chips when everything's lit up. There's the when you're on the plane. That was the other thing they were flashing to me is when you're on a plane at nighttime and you're looking down at the Earth. Every time I look down at it, I'm like, it looks like the inside of a computer. And so if you don't fly or you haven't flown, you know, next time you fly at night, look out a window and see. It literally looks like a motherboard. I mean, like what they would call the Matrix. It's the strangest thing. I've taken pictures of it somewhere. They're somewhere on my phone. But that's exactly what the creation is right now in this moment. And we're not saying anything bad about technology. What we are saying is, because some technology is going to be good for some things, but too much of it and what they're doing with it right now is trying to keep you trapped and trying to keep you disconnected from connecting to source. And I've talked to a lot of people that are having a hard time right now saying, I can't connect. I can't connect. And when you look at the energy fields, and if you could see, like some of us see energy, when you look at the penetration and the interference coming in from the stuff that is not purity, it's not organic, it is a created technology, that's what's creating the interference. And then the brain's going and it's getting zapped, and then there's no calm because the body is in chaos. The body is in the guides just said they're more in the delusion of the illusion. And it's harder for humanity to step out of that and become who you truly are. Instead of riding the waves of consciousness, you begin riding the interference waves of coagulation. I'm going to ask them, please use simple words. We wish for you to understand that this is happening, and the worst cases of this are in your children, especially the babies, especially the toddlers, anyone that is under the age where the skull has not closed off yet. So many of you hand your child a phone, an iPhone, a device. What are you doing? You're feeding the distortion to your child. And many of you may not know this is occurring. Some of you may. But we are bringing this to you now because it's going to be getting stronger. Each time there is a level of moving up for humanity, there is that grasp that wants to hold on and stop it. This is only one of the things happening upon your planet now. that we are asking you to be very aware of, and we know a lot of you are aware of what they do, but you tend to get sucked in every day. You tend to be on every day. You tend to be watching something every day. Please do your research and understand the truth of what is going on here. We encourage you to unplug everything, and we know that Kelina does this on a nightly basis. She unplugs everything from the walls. Even during the day, she will unplug when she is finished with clients. Give the body a break. Get out in nature as much as you can. But we are also letting you know, and we have channeled information on smart cities through Kelina under hypnosis. That is available. You can go and watch that. But in those cities is where it is going to be more intense, and it will be more violent, more hatred, more anger. Hence, some of your situations on your planet now are taking place in the larger cities where things are amped up that are not of organic nature. Now we hope you understand what we are saying. We love humanity. We have been humans. We have gone through your process, and we are here to help. But if you don't stop doing the things and start demanding change, and we're saying, do not be ignorant of everything that is happening. Don't turn your back and say, well, someone else will do it because I'm just going to go meditate in the field. You must speak up. You must stop buying products. You must throw things away. We had a conversation with Kelina a few days ago when she was remembering as a child. There was one phone in the home and it hung on the wall. And it rarely rang because the kids were playing and the parents were doing their thing. And the neighborhood would come together and you would speak yard to yard. And you would chat and you would have conversations, face to face, eye to eye. This doesn't happen anymore in most of your world. There is confusion. There is media that is false. There is news that is false. There is attempts to create distortion that is false. You are living in a situation that can be cleaned up from the chaos, but it starts with you. Do not rely on someone else to do your own work. If you walk away from what we are giving you today, it is your choice. It is time for humanity to rise up and say no. And not through violence, and not through hate, not through war, not through killing. It is time for humanity to stay in the heart, to live from the sacred heart, the divine mind, your God consciousness. It is in reach, and it is easier to reach it when you take space from that which is not organic. We wish for you to understand that yes, the light is incoming. And yes, change is happening within you. And yes, purification codes are happening, and it can feel extremely intense and painful. And some days you will be hungry, and some days you will not. And some days you'll be nauseous, and some days you will be not. And some days you will run to your bathrooms, and some days you will not. You will feel shakes. You will have nervous twitches. Your eyes may get dry or blur. Your skin may have disruptions. Your heart may palpitate. You may feel freezing in one moment and hot in another. We know that the conduit last year has gone through an immense amount of light penetration, and it brought increasingly immense pain to the point where she could not walk. She took it in all at once to be able to explain all of it this year, as you all are going to be going through it now on through the next year. Your nervous systems must keep up. It will be intense light, and it may feel intensely painful in certain areas of your body, especially the joints, the muscles, the extremities. Prepare yourself for purification, because it will continue. And just because we are talking about the purification, the light that is coming in to help to raise your frequency and vibration, does not mean it's okay for you to continue to hold on to a phone, to continue to 24 hours be in front of a computer, to have your TV blaring in the background at the same time, or to fall asleep with it. And many of you are guilty of this, because you don't know quiet. Quiet is freedom. Stillness is freedom. Distorted technology is not. And as we said, we are not here to bash your Earth's technology, but we are here to give you the information to be aware of in this time. For technology was the destruction of the old Atlantis. You see where you are going? Yes, God is helping in ways that God can and will. But you also have to make the effort. Make the changes that are very important and vital for you and your family. What do you choose? Do you choose a new timeline? As the old one freezes in an ice age. That is another story we will begin with on another day. Can you hold off the ice age? Can you hold your frequency and purity? And can you surrender and return to the ways of humanity that are best for you, your mind, your body, your spirit? It is here that we give you this information, not to bring you fear, but for you to prepare and choose the ways that will benefit all of you. Do you conform or do you choose freedom? Pate meku umpu unu maka aapua makai. I am. Super high. That always happens. Wee. Okay, there was a lot of information that just came through with that. Oh, I'm so high. Gotta get my eyes to roll back down. I have, I might bring you back on, Julie. Can you come back on? It's because, so when I channel, I don't necessarily, like what I do is I get video when the channeling is happening. I get like a movie. So I see it as it's happening and they're speaking. And then I will, boom, I'll forget. I'll go forget. But what I want to say is like when we're in the high frequency and the heart coherence, we become all in everything. And I really feel, Julia, that that's why my September video that I posted in that second half of the video where I was out in, here comes the light, nothing, I don't know what just happened. In that September video, when I became all light, I was like completely light, they were showing the non-distorted human. And it had to happen on video. I've had that happen to me before, but my son was videoing it. And he said, Mom, why are you glowing? That's in the video. But also you can see the elemental kingdom in the background, and the little green dragon comes, sits on my shoulder. My unicorn comes in, and all of these things that I have talked about for years that are real. You know, the light dragons that we work with for healing and that are helping, they're guarding sacred sites and helping humanity. And the elementals, they're all over in the trees. You see faces, you see the green man, you see my unicorn I've talked about that I've seen since a little girl coming out of the closet. The white unicorn comes right in front of me. It's in that video. You can't make that up. So that's the true reality that we are able to tap into. But when we are in when we are unconscious to all of that and the brain is getting warped. That's a word I want to say, Julie. It's getting like warped. Does that make sense?
I also noticed about this brain thing. Quite a few people talked about feeling scatterbrain.
Mm-hmm.
That's something we've been talking about as well.
Yeah.
The last 2 days.
Yes, we have. We've been talking about people being and feeling scattered. Also noticing, I've been noticing a lot of my clients that I'm like, their energy is scattered. They're scattered. They can't focus. They cannot focus. And so it's not just scattered in the thoughts. It's scattered in emotions. It's scattered in energy. It like affects all the bodies. If that makes sense. So this is happening, and we can't turn our backs to it as light workers. We can't go, we're just going to go to all the codes and we're just going to like poof, be on New Earth. New Earth is happening through you. This is how it's being created. This is what I've said for years. I've been saying this for the last 10, 12 years. The event is happening through you. The New Earth is creating through you. And the only way that happens is for you to to listen to the information that comes in, either through you connecting or through people such as myself that channel this information, and Julie as well. She gets the information. And we're here to share, to help you get to those next levels. So you have to go through purification. You've got to purify the body physically. You've got to purify, the foods. You've got to purify with your water. You've got to purify your home. You got to do the best thing you can to remove the as much technology as you can. I'm sorry I have to say that, but I know people that have 5 phones and 3 iPads and 2 computers and 5 TVs in their house. Why? As the child growing up, we had 11 people in our family. There was 1 TV and 1 phone, and it was sufficient. Because
There's also the voice activated AI at home, in a home as well, getting more and more popular.
Yeah.
I was laughing at one of the comments here. We're talking about dragons and unicorns and Pegasus. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if someone heard that, if they saw that video though. My September video, it's in there. It is in there, and it's amazing. The first part of the video, I came in and put a little talk about it, and then the second half of the video is where it all happens. And while I'm out in nature, it's amazing. So for me, the second half of that video, the unicorns and all of that stuff, that's my reality. That has been my reality since a child. And there were many years I denied myself of that by not speaking my truth. And I am not going to do that anymore. And I'm going to get emotional because Julie and I were just talking how Spirit keeps telling us, you got to come out of the closet. And it's not just the parasitic people that are trying to shut us down, but I even had some family members that called me a liar and stuff. It's because they don't live my world. They don't live my reality. They don't understand me. And they never will if they don't wake up. And no one can force someone to wake up. So we are here to know thyself, to love thyself, and to be thyself. And it's time for us to get out there. It does not mean you have to do a YouTube channel. It just means lead by example. Do the things that are going to make the change, because remember, the new earth is being created through you and for you. And be the example. Sometimes that's all you have to be. That's all you have to be. And utilize keeping your vibration high and giving words of encouragement to others that need your help. I'm looking for the card because I know that Come Out of the Closet card came out today. But I know Julie's been holding back for how many years now, Julie? Because you shut things off.
2019 is where I started stopping.
Julie had a very big following in Brazil, right? In Portuguese.
Yeah.
And she noticed something, which made her just like shut it all down. And she hadn't really gone back yet, but now she's human design. She does amazing human design, and she does the hypnosis and those things. But it hasn't come out of the closet really doing it yet.
And I keep getting the dreams, and it feels like also the message changes daily. So yeah, they will feel there's this call to share, but there's a lot of us feeling this too. You feel to share, but you don't, and that's connected with what we're talking about. It feels like
Exactly. And I'm shocked at the people that I thought these spiritual people and community were loving people because they're teaching about love and heart coherence and stuff like that. And then behind closed doors, they stab you in the back, and then they call you a liar and stuff like that. And it's like, okay. And so I remember just being like, I'm not going to be part of this anymore. I'm done with that. But then I realized they're the ones that are in the distortion. They're the ones that, they've got an insecurity within themselves, but that's also distorted. So, and Spirit keeps showing me they actually need people like us. They need our help. Because even though they may have 100,000 followers, it doesn't really matter if you're lying, right? It doesn't matter.
Another thing that we've been getting a lot is inner alchemy,
Mm-hmm.
which is, I think a few people also shared here about feeling called too fast. And that's what's coming up for me too. Clearing, a lot of stuff coming up, and like through the body stuff, everybody. Like there is this huge clearing through the body. That's very connected with the message you're going to share soon about the suns.
About the suns, yes, that'll be out in my newsletter. I'm working on that right now. I had an experience with the sun that was absolutely just amazing and fantastic. I shared it in, what was it, masterclass yesterday on the new academy. I
It
think
must
it was
be.
in it. But it will be in the newsletter and it'll be on YouTube for everyone to hear and to engage in it. It's a 12-minute transmission. I actually recorded it, the whole thing as it was happening. So it was sharing with you, and hopefully you get some kind of activation with it as well. I do want to show everyone cards that I got today because I keep getting one of the cards here. I keep getting this one. Again, I got it today again, Julie. So this is, it says, it's talking about honoring the cycles on the rhythms of your body. Okay, so the things you're going through, yes, that absolutely, you have to honor that. If you're tired, you need to sleep. I know a lot of people have been very tired lately. Schumann has been spiking, all kinds of things coming in. The photonic light is increased. It's just absolutely amazing what's happening to help us with the distorted fields. But I kept getting this card and I was like, what is this? Why do I keep getting it? And as I stared at the photo, I realized this beautiful goddess is creating an ice age. She's freezing the water. Now, what's really interesting is one of the things that I do is I sing light language to a cube of a tray of ice cubes, or before, it's still water. And I've been doing that. And even some of the women in Sedona that have come to my home, they've seen me do it. And then I freeze them. And then when I take them out, they all have different patterns. So it's amazing what you can do with the water in that way as well. But look at her, she's dancing, she's on top of the water and she freezes it. And I got loud and clear when I was looking at that has to do with stopping time, with stopping cycles of time, with stopping civilizations that have distorted humanity. And I was like, and I kept getting this download and I'm like, oh, this is about an ice age. That's what this is about. That's why I keep getting this card. So this morning I pulled the card, the mother energy. So mother, Gaia, she can create the ice age and she can stop things from going any farther. Okay, she has that power. She is the power of Mother God. She has that power. She can stop these things, as above, so below. She can bring purification. Because what happens when there's an ice age? Everything dies, doesn't it? Which brings purification onto the earth. But this was the last card I got, which is Yamanya. Look at how these are all water. I just realized they're all water. Look at this. This is Yamanya. And this card is about golden opportunity. And what they're showing me in this card, because there's a dolphin in it, is that we have this golden opportunity right now to actually prevent this from happening. So what are you going to do in your life to stop that? It's up to us to choose to be organic. It was probably 2020 or so, or maybe 2021. I was on a show with Todd Medina, I think. And one of the biggest things that I had gotten for the new year coming for 2022, I think, was for humanity to stay human. And here we are now. We're at that point. We're at that precipice where they are really pushing all of these things to push humanity into becoming non-human. I talked about it back then. And I think it was 2021, pretty sure. We need to purify ourselves. We need to disconnect from all that is being pushed upon us to create a false acceleration, they're saying. So things are happening really quick right now, but also they can feel kind of like molasses at the same time because the body has to catch up. But there's also the false acceleration with these things where, okay, I need to know this now, da 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 da. I want this now, da 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 da. I'm demanding that my food come ordered now, da 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 da. Cook your own food, grow your own food. Everything's being done through this little device, and even though you think it's saving you time, it's not. It's actually taking time away from you, from your life, because you're not going to be here that long if you continue to do that. And the guide said, and this is all we have to say. So Julie, anything else you want to add with what they just said?
Yes, because there has been a request in the comments about iAtlas. I did let them know that you did a video on it, but there is the connection with the sun. That's why a lot of people brought it in. If you have anything to say on it.
So that's also in my September video, right? I believe. Where I talked about that. Yeah, because it's in there, because I talk about that in the beginning of the video before it gets to the part where I turn all light.
Yeah.
So the thing that I had tuned in back when I was in Hawaii in July, and this is when this comment had first shown up, and nobody was talking about it. Ooh, that was wild. Something very large and white just like flashed in the sky, and it's gone. That was crazy. Oof, I feel it. So back then I was getting, for those that were on my academy, and I think I put stuff, I don't remember if I posted everything or talked about it, but I was getting, and I still have them, the clouds were turning into massive birds in the sky, and all of these birds, different birds, eagles, there were swans, there was doves, there was geese. It was in the clouds. It was being created in that way. And they were all soaring up. And I was like, what is this? And at the same time, and then I was finding feathers on the ground everywhere. I'm like, okay, this is the angels. There's something going on with the angels. But the sun had started bringing some different codes in with it as well. And so I tuned in with the comet because I believe, I can't remember, it was discovered by someone in Hawaii in the observatory. So that's why it was on the Hawaii information thing. The people were talking about it there. And so I was like, oh, this is interesting. I tuned into it, and it showed me that the comet, and this is what I've said for years, comets and asteroids, they bring codes, they bring transformation. I've been teaching this, if you've been following me all that time, this is what in my knowing, and that's what my guides always say. And they always say, pay attention to the colors of them as well. So when I tuned into it, I picked up a soul energy, like living soul energy. So I cannot tell you if it meant that it's one big soul or if it is soul inside of this, what some people are saying is a ship or whatever. There is going to be some manipulation and distortion around it, so be very careful what's being delivered to you on your planet about this. We ask you to step back from any fear-mongering from it. As your humanity is to step forward to reach for peace. So if there is any fear-mongering with this, again, it is another way of pushing you into the cycle of distortion, low vibration, and low frequency. Do not assume that everything that you are hearing is the truth. Because there are those that are very deceptive upon your planet that want to lead you in the wrong direction. Please remember that if God is consciousness and God is everything, would God not be a comet? An asteroid? A star? The earth? The planets? The flowers? The trees? The amoeba? There are cycles in time in your civilization, cycles of civilizations. And this time, going forth, you have asked for divine help. Will we come? Yes. Will we be there? Yes. Are you ready? Not quite yet. We are already helping. In many ways, through many of you. And we wish to come to your earth. But first, you must purify yourself and find the truth of things, rather than displace yourself. And not know that which is already within you. The comet carries codes for humanity, change, transformation, transcendence, and transfiguration. Don't get sucked into the fear of that which is unknown. Because many times, that is why many of you will not walk through the golden doors that are happening now. The comet will reveal itself when you are ready. Gotta get my eyeballs back. I don't know if that really helped, but I just allow the guides to speak. The frequency is always so high, though, so I always giggle. How was that, Julie? I'm so high.
Perfect.
All right, so I don't know if that's going to help anybody, but also I did talk about in the video how the comet's being called Kalina, which I thought was hilarious. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a language of lightning. That's the way what it's being called. Kalina is my name in light language, which I discussed way back in 2018 with my friend Paul. And that's a whole nother story. All right, anything else? Do we want to pull a card for everyone? Shall I pull a Magdalene card? Yeah. Thank you, everyone that's been purchasing them. There are many of them to be purchased. I invested all of my savings into them so that her declarations can reach you. Yay! There is a link on my when you go under posts in here on YouTube, it's there. It's also on my website and stuff. But let's see what we get for humanity for today. Let's see what we get for you. Oh, it's already coming out. It's number 40. So for those of you that have these, number 40. And also I am going to be going live on YouTube with the cards with everyone who purchased them, even if you didn't get them. And we're going to talk about them because they're really deep and they're activating. So, and some people are getting activated just holding the box in their hand when they get them, because I actually did stuff over them before to help you. All right. It says, when one loves with no conditions nor expectations, one is expressing the unconditional love of thy sacred heart. There it is. Let me see if it will focus. Will you focus for me? Thank you. This is right on. If everything is all and only love, and that's how we're living, we're choosing to live our life in that way, with no conditions nor expectations placed upon anyone or anything, programming would be cut way back. And we'd be living from our true sacred heart, in our I am presence, and in our trifold flame, which is actually part of what happened in the sun. You will get the details when I have that video released. Number 31, our truth is that which dwells in our hearts, not in our heads. That's interesting that came up today, and here we are talking about the brain. We're talking about the distortion that's happening. So make sure you drop in. I now align and drop into my divine sacred heart and listen. Make your decisions from here. We love from here. We feel our joy. We are connected to spirit from here. The source, this is the divine feminine, this is divine mother, divine father, Christ child. Yeah. Anything else, Julie? Because I can't see the YouTube.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I do. Oh, I had a link here. Someone is asking for the link. I posted. I do want to bring back the quote that you shared that I really liked. Stillness is freedom. That was a good one.
It is. It really is. And you know what? I want to share it just popped in my third eye. When I was in Glastonbury years ago, and I was outside very early in the morning, and the sun was it was not even at the horizon yet, but you can just see the light. And I was looking up at the tour, because where I was staying, I could see it. And everything was so still. It was cold, it was wet, but it was still. And I remember feeling so free in that moment, because there was nothing else happening, nothing else was going on. It was just stillness and the beauty of Mother Earth. And knowing that there's all this magic within us that we can create, right? So in order for us to continue to be these creators on the planet, that information that we've been given, I'm sure there's others who have gotten this as well, has got to be changed. Anything else?
Someone is asking about EMF protection. What would you suggest?
I know, I can't remember the little box that I have. Can't remember the name of it. But for me, I just unplug everything. And I go out in nature and yeah, that's, I mean, to me, being in nature is the best thing. But if you've got to be around it, I know that they actually have clothing now and stuff like that that you can wear. Um, I think it's the Faraday stuff, maybe. Is that the Faraday stuff, Julie? I think people can go look into that. Do some research for yourself because everyone's going to be different. But I just know for me, I'm super sensitive to this. I'm already hypersensitive to everything anyway since a child. But it really, it makes me feel sick. And so I have to disengage with it a lot. I do what I need to do during the day if I've got to be on with clients or teaching or my work, but then when it's off, I have to keep it off. And the one thing I want to say is it is true. Do not sit there on your computers late at night or on your phones late at night because it keeps you awake. It's feeding you that light that's messing with your sleep cycle. And then you're being deprived of sleep. And so some people are going, why can't I sleep at night? Why can't I sleep at night? Well, because you had your phone on till 11 o'clock or midnight or 1 in the morning. That light, that blue light technology, you know, that is really bad for you. It's bad for your brain. It's bad for everything. What did we call that, Julie? Our natural sleep cycle or sleep rhythm. We talk about it all the time. The circadian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It really messes with that. And so when your body then is deprived of sleep, then what? Then your immune system starts to go down. And there's already enough stuff in our food and in the water and other things that with the nanotechnologies and everything that are going against the body's immune system as well. So the body is going to be fighting a lot as it's going through this transformation and upgrades and stuff and the intense light that you're going to be feeling in the body and the pain. You have to also make sure you're getting enough nutrients in your diet, enough vitamins, minerals and stuff. Because I had to go through this all last year and I had to increase things like crazy to be able to survive actually. Even though I was already very healthy, you get so depleted so fast, and these things are also depleting that from you as well. So it's not just doing the things to the brain, it's depleting you in so many ways, and the body has to keep fighting to function properly and normal in organic manner. So do all your research on that as well. Anything you want to add to that, Julie?
Oh, I was going to text because everyone is sharing their tips. Someone shared about Flux, and I was going to text that I use Iris. So it's a software that at least eases up a little bit on the blue light. Very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the best thing is trees.
I have some of those glasses too for when you're in front of the computer.
Mhm.
But they're so tight they hurt my head and give me a headache.
There are good ones and not so good ones. Someone is asking, they really want to know about ley line updates, a ley line activation update, something. What if you have something to add?
What's very interesting is this morning we were talking about how we're feeling, like a lot of us are feeling like really tired, even though Schumann isn't doing anything or showing anything on the apps right now or from the information. But what's happening is that photonic light that's coming in, it goes through us, but it also goes directly into the ley lines. And so like those dragon ley lines that, I can't remember that guy's name, Julie, the older gentleman, that he's the first one started talking about that like years ago. I found that way back during dial-up, during dial-up modem. Those dragon ley lines are really pulsing right now on the grid. When I tune into them, they're like, whoom, whoom. It's like strange. But the ley lines are so significant because that photonic light that's coming in, you know, it's being absorbed in there and it's like illuminating so that humanity is is if you were inside all day and you've gone outside and you picked it up in some way or another, you're still going to get it. Even if you don't know what it is, you start feeling like, oh, I'm so exhausted. Why am I exhausted? For people who are conscious and looking at Schumann and looking at those things going, nothing's happening. It really is. It's happening because it's in there and it's doing what it needs to do. Let me ask, is there anything new with the ley lines? It is a structural grid of frequency that is holding vibration, sound, light, accumulated for healing, for holding frequency, they're saying something about suspending something, but I'm not getting it all the way through. It's almost, okay, like suspending, I don't know if that's the right word they're using, but like if you look at the towers, it's almost like there's a tower here and the tower's going like this, and then it's going like, eh. So it's almost like it's trying to help with that in a way, if that makes sense. But please don't count on only that, okay? Please do make sure that you are illuminating yourself. Please make sure that you are connecting with the water. Please make sure that you are eating properly, foods fed by light. Please make sure that you are releasing the density within yourself through releasing dense foods. Please make sure that you are releasing your behaviors and patterns and your old beliefs that are crucial to that which holds density within you. When you release that, you become the light that you are. Your patterns, your programs, your conditions, your expectations, we have discussed this over and over and over. It is all part of a concept. You've all played this very well, but it's time for you to come back into your truth and be who you are.
Elena, the name is Rory Duff.
Yes, Rory Duff. Amazing man.
Hopefully someone would say it because, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I know he had gotten sick. I hope he's still here. I hope he's okay. But yeah, way back when we had dial-up modem, that's when I first found his stuff. Because I'm so super sensitive, I go to certain places on the grid, and I can find portals like that with my body. I can walk a note. Okay, I'm following this straight line this way. Sometimes it moves a little bit. They do move. Those are the ley lines, and they just said they are being adjusted right now. So I'm not sure what that means. There are those that will tap into the meaning of it, and that's all we need to say. Okay, thank you. Anything else?
There's a lot of tips and curiosity on what you've been taking for supplements and things.
Oh gosh, I have so, you wouldn't believe my kitchen counter. I had so many things. Gosh, I can't even tell you off the top of my head, but vitamin D was one of the biggest ones. Vitamin D with K, but liquid, organic, very important. because even though I was at the time living in Sedona, I'm sorry, but the D wasn't there. Even if I was in the sun, there's not enough D. No, it just was not showing up in the body. The Lugol's iodine was very important, but please make sure that you work with a holistic practitioner to find out what you need. I know, Julie, you do stuff with iodine as well. I also had to, because I am vegan, I had to bring in iron because everything was just getting depleted. I also was using Shilajit, turmeric, black cumin seed oil, gosh, I can't remember everything. There's so many stuff, so many things that I was taking. I was eating a lot of seaweed. So not the seaweed salad, but the dried seaweed. I could find organic dry seaweed. I was eating a lot of that. But I also did not have during that time, I really had no hunger. So that was the other thing that I was up against, is that my body didn't want food. So I would have to force myself. So I had to, that's why I also had to take all the supplements. So you might be going through the stuff where all of a sudden your body doesn't want food and you're in all this pain, but the body needs the nourishment somehow. So it's always important to see your own practitioner for what you need, because it will get depleted big time. It's in it, and you've got to turn around. You've got to make sure you take them. Vitamin C was big. Make sure you take vitamin C or get it through food. I had to take extra though. Everything had to be extra. The amount of vitamin D I took, you would be shocked. So, but I had to, because my body was not keeping it up. It wasn't keeping the level up. So the dose was very, very high. Much higher than what they tell you your body can handle, and I'm still alive. So that's all I'm going to say. And I still take it. I can't remember the other stuff. Started with an N. Nepronol, I think. Nepronol. Anything else, Julie?
No, everyone is exchanging their things.
Okay,
Their,
good. Yes, Nepronol is one of the things that I used.
charcoal as well, I think, right?
Charcoal I wasn't taking, but that's good for purification. I know you use that. Right? You want to explain that? I'm going to look up the Nepronol really quick.
Yeah, I really like using charcoal for not like on a constant any kind of a frequency basis, just when I feel it's to clear something. That's very helpful. We used a lot in Egypt. That was really helpful there.
Oh yeah, a lot of people were getting sick. They were having things go on, so they were having to purge.
So yeah,
Yeah,
if you have any detox going on where
yeah.
your body would need help letting go
Mhm.
of things, that charcoal is really good.
Yeah. So this is one of the things that I did take. I'm going to show you all a picture of it. Nepronol AFD. This is what it looks like. It is for normal inflammatory response, because the body, when the nervous system starts getting inflamed because of the amount of light that comes, it gets so intense, but when through the nervous system, everything starts getting inflamed, and it's painful. It's extremely painful. But this is part of that process. It's for normal immune function, normal blood viscosity, and healthy circulation. Because like for me, I couldn't even walk. I was like pretty much down. And so I could walk from my bed to the living area, and then from there to the kitchen, and then it got really intense. And it was like my body from the inside was on fire, and like felt like needles. So I'm not saying this to scare y'all. But those are the things that I use. So don't take something unless you understand it, what it's for, and if your body needs it. Not a doctor. You need to check in with your own people. And I do appreciate all of you coming on here and saying where you're from down below, because I think it's amazing when we come on and do these things and people say, I'm from here, I'm from here, I'm from here. And you all begin to find people in your neighboring communities that you can network with, because so many times I get people saying, there's nobody in my neighborhood, there's nobody in my city. I'm like, oh, you believe they're hiding. They're there. So please put down where you are so that others can connect with you. So you have those of like mind to share information, to maybe even just go for a cup of tea or for a walk in nature, whatever. Or even to collaborate and start like a little gathering group once a month or something, so that you can share ideas, share experiences, and feel comfortable in having people that understand you. Because let me tell you, my whole life I held stuff back because I knew people wouldn't understand me. and I did wear the mask, because the mask to cover it up so you could blend in, even though I still was doing stuff in the background that I had to do for Earth. But you know, in my day job and stuff or whatever in my life, I had to just not say anything, especially with religion and all of that. So this is all coming to the surface and ending now. So yeah, I just want to say, you know, thank you for being here. Thank you for returning to the earth, because you're part of the transition for everyone. We are all one. There is no separation, and we are doing this together. Thank you. My guides are saying they have nothing else to say. So in that, makoinyana anashanta neriakina na khonokotos nomour mahaya naki. Amor. Eternal love, eternal light, eternal life. My kita, my aunt. Many blessings, everyone. My newsletter will be out hopefully tonight or tomorrow. I'm not going to push myself. Everybody take your time and just be in flow. But it will have that video. The video will come up on YouTube as well. If you don't get the newsletter, there's a massive channeling that came in this morning that I don't put it publicly. It goes in the newsletter, and that's where it stays. So if you don't get it, you can sign up for it. I don't spam you, and because I don't like it when people do that, when you get 10 newsletters in 2 hours. I'm the same person. Like, no. So I love you. Many blessings, everyone. And I'm going to try and figure out how to turn this off.